Alright, ladies and gentlemen, people of the internet, welcome to the next vlog. I'm a professional photographer. I've been shooting people for 14 years, and I'm going to review the Sony A7III with a bunch of Canon lenses. So what the plan here is today, I'm doing a free headshot session for some people, a little promo, and they're coming into the studio. I'm going to ask to see who's interested in being in the vlog, and then I'm going to test with them. Alright guys, change of plans. Why test only a few lenses when you can test all the lenses? Alright, so the people in the free headshot shoot didn't really want to be in the vlog, and that's cool. I can respect that. So I called VX2 cover model Bella Ricci, and she's gonna come over and be my guinea pig so we can test out all this beautiful glass. Oh yeah. And I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, who is Bella Ricci? Well, I'm glad you asked. This is Bella Ricci, VX2 cover model, right there. She wants to get into vlogging too, so maybe we can convince her to start her own YouTube channel, right? So, and this shot right here was shot by yours truly, and I shot that with this 24-70 lens right here. Okay, get excited. Okay, so let's look at the lenses we're going to be looking at today. This is the 300mm f2.8 LIS, and this is first generation. A lot of my lenses are first generation because I never found the need to upgrade to second generation lenses. So that's the first one. Second one, 70-200 f2.8 LIS, and this is also first generation. One of my favorite lenses, my go-to lens. A lot of the times, I've been trying to get more into shooting primes, but this is pretty much on my camera all the time when I'm shooting events. And also on my camera when I shoot events is the 24-70 f2.8 L. And there we go. That's also generation 1. Fantastic lens, super sharp, love it. I hear the new one's sharper, but is it $2,000 sharper? There we go. And then next we have 16-35 L and f2.8 L, and we'll be looking at that one as well. And here is the 100mm macro, and I don't use that too often, but we'll check it out just the same. Here is the 50mm macro. Awesome lens for getting close-up details when you don't want to get too close. I use this a lot at weddings when I shoot rings. I find the 100mm macro is just right in your face. It's a little too close, and this gives me a little more of a wider perspective, while at the same time, well anyway, I'll review this lens some other time. This is the 85 1.2. Beautiful lens, love this lens. I got this lens off of a guy secondhand. He was switching over to Nikon, so I got a steal of a deal on this, and I love it. Worth every penny. Next we have the 90mm tilt shift. You know what, come to think of it, this is a manual focus lens, so it's not really going to work for an autofocus test. We're going to skip that one. We have the Sparkle Edition 50mm. I think this is the 1.4. I never bought the 1.2. I don't like the 50mm focal length yet. I have 3 50mm lenses, and this is that 50mm 1.8 all plastic, super sharp. First lens I bought after I sold the kit lens when I bought my 20D long time ago. And then I don't know if this is, no, this is definitely not going to work. This is a Diana lens. Yeah, no autofocus there, so we're going to skip that. So these are the lenses we're going to look at today with autofocus and eye autofocus. I'll be perfectly honest, this is the reason that I'm so reluctant to switch over to Sony full time. I bought the Sony A7III, and I didn't buy a lens. I bought the Metabones adapter so I can use these guys on the Sony, and I'm excited about this test because I want to see what I can and can't do with these lenses on a Sony body. But I'm really crossing my fingers and hoping that Canon comes out with a proper mirrorless camera this year. There's a lot of rumors that Canon is coming out with a full frame mirrorless camera, and I really hope that it's good. And I hope it's at least as good, if not better, than the Sony A7III, because if it's not, then I think Canon really dropped the ball here, and I'm going to have to sell all these guys. And I really don't want to do that right now, but like I said, I mean, you got to make money, you got to work as a photographer, and you want to be on the cutting edge. So, I mean, mirrorless is the future. I think the optical viewfinder is out, it's done, it's dead, just like film. It'll be a novelty. But you want to stick to digital photography or camera brand that's innovative and creative and will lead the pack. So the question is, what's Canon gonna do this year, what are they gonna announce, and I'm holding my breath, I'm waiting, because like I said, what they announce and what they bring out is gonna have an impact on what I do with all of these guys here. And I'm really not looking forward to selling them, but hey, you know what, if I have to, and I will, and that's that. So I'm just waiting for Bella to show up at the studio, and then we're gonna start this test. All right, so here we are in the studio, and Bella Ricchi has arrived.
What's up, guys?
You might have seen her on that cover I just showed you.
Yeah, cover of VX2 magazine.
Exactly. And in her hands, look at this.
The Sony A7III. Check it out.
Awesome. So she's gonna be here today, and she's gonna help me test out the eye autofocus and the autofocus features with the camera. And we might do some other stuff as well. And that'll be in this vlog. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so exciting news, guys. Bella Ricchi's busting out her equipment here at the studio.
Tripod.
And she's gonna be doing a little vlog of her own. Yeah, so if you guys wanna see that, I'm gonna link her down below, her Instagram and her YouTube channel and all that fun stuff.
And you can watch even more videos on YouTube and stay on YouTube even longer.
Yeah, because who wouldn't wanna see...
entertained and learn things. From us.
Who wouldn't want to see more videos of Bella Ricchi, right? That's why you guys are watching this vlog. It's not the Sony A7III, you just want to see Bella.
100 Mark B or whatever.
So here we have Bella with her camera. She's gonna do a little time lapse.
I have a Sony camera too, guys.
Yeah.
Right. I'm cool too.
She's got this Sony.
Part of the game. You're part of the crowd.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to start with the 16 to 35, and I'm going to test it at 35 millimeter. And she's laughing at me. She can't believe she's in a review video, right?
I know.
It's like, I watch these all the time, but now I'm going to be in one. Although I'm not really a reviewer. I'm just sort of testing this stuff out to give my opinion. I guess that's kind of a review, but I'm not really a professional reviewer. So 16 to 35 is what we're starting with. I'm going to shoot it at 16 millimeter and 35 millimeter at 2.8, and then I'm going to go to the other aperture, and I will try and shoot there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this camera behind this camera so you can see the screen of the Sony A7III, and then we're going to turn on the eye autofocus. I'm going to get Bella to move around, and we're going to see if it follows her eye, and if it focused fast or if it focused slow, if it hunts or all that kind of stuff. We're going to look into that right now. So let's do it. You ready?
Oh yeah, ready. Ready, set, go.
All right, guys, so here's the thing. When you set eye autofocus, you have to set it to a custom button, and I've set it here to the AEL button. So whenever I push that, eye autofocus is going to start. And here we go, FN. So this is a shortcut menu, and you have all these little shortcuts you can access. And here I have focus mode. I usually shoot on single shot AF, but make sure you go to continuous. And then also what you want to do is for focus area, right now I have flexible spot, you want to move that over to wide. So now it's going to use all the autofocus points in here, and it's going to be continuous autofocus. So that's what we're looking for, and let's press the AEL button and see what happens. And look at that, it's locking onto Bella's eye. And we take a photo. Okay, now move right and left, Bella. Yeah, and move a little more to your left. A little more, perfect. And now, see, when that loses eye autofocus, it goes to face detect, which is perfect. Now move back towards the wall. Perfect, now come towards the camera. And look at that, no problem. Take some photos. Okay, so now we're at f2.8 and we're at 35 millimeter. Now we're gonna go to 16. Come closer, Bella. There we go, eye autofocus is working. Come a little closer. Yeah, there we go. And move right back towards the wall. And it's following her eye. Perfect. So, the 16 to 35 at f2.8 works at both focal lengths. Now let's switch it up. Now we're at f22. Alright, so let's see what happens. It's face detecting. Okay, move a little closer, Bella. Now there it goes, it picks up on the eye, no problem. Take a shot. And now we're gonna go to 35 millimeter, no problem again. And there we go, it works. Now move left and right. Take a couple steps, excellent. And the other way. Alright, isn't this fun?
Yeah, it's actually fun. I'm curious to see what it looks like.
Yeah, me too. And it's working. There we go. So see, as Bella moves to the edge of the screen, move to your right a little bit again. See when Bella moves a little more to the right. See when she gets off screen, it detects her face and not her eye. Come back a little bit. There we go. All right, so that's great. 16 to 35 works, no problem. So now we're trying out the 51.4 Vasco Sparkle Edition. How do you like that, Bella?
Oh, sick. I love it.
Okay guys, so now we have the 51.4 at f/22 and focusing on the eye, it seems to work. Okay, move right and left, Bella. Make it hard for me to focus on you. Okay, you're going out of frame, come back. There we go. Oh, she's dancing. Perfect. All right, so it works at f/22 on 50 millimeter, and let's go to f/2.8, the other side of the spectrum, or 1.4. Let's bring this up a little bit, and there we go. No problem. Tracks her eye. So the 51.4 works without any issue. And I'm shooting in natural daylight coming in from a window. I have a nice south-facing window here. All right, let's switch lenses. All right, so now we're trying the 51.8. This is the plastic lens that's super sharp. All right, so let's test this lens out at f1.8, and here we go, AEL button. And I think we have to bring this up a little bit. There we go, it's focusing on the eyes, no problem. Looks good. Okay, let's change the aperture. I'll go to the other end, f/22, and again, no problem, focusing on the eyes. It's all good, captures the shots. And you can hear, I don't know if you can hear the lens focusing in there, this is a noisy one. Perfect. All right, so that's done. Okay, so now we're gonna test out the 50 millimeter macro. And if you're wondering what this is on the front, that's a step-up ring, so I can use my 77 millimeter filters on here. And I don't have any 52s, so I don't have to buy any now. I can just use the 77s. So there we go. We're gonna test this guy out, and you should hear the motor on that thing focusing. Oh yeah.
Just doing a selfie.
Of course. All right, so now we got the 50 millimeter macro, and we have the new and improved Bella Ricci with red lipstick. And there we go. It's focusing on her eye at f/22, no problem. And now we're gonna take it down to f/2.5, focusing, no problem. Come really close. Bring your lips to like right here.
Oh God, guys.
Let's see.
I don't know if I'm gonna like this.
Oh, it looks good. It's focusing on the eye. Beautiful smile. All right, perfect. Excellent. All right, guys, this is the big one. This is the big one. So far, so good. Everything seems to be working. This is the 85 1.2, and this is the one I really, really, really hope works well. So I think it's gonna work. Let's do it. All right, so here we go. Bella Ricci shooting a selfie, and it's focusing on her eye. I think I'm going to bring this up a little bit more. No problem. Hold on. Let's go down to f1. Why does it say f1.3 instead of f1.2? I don't know if you noticed that, but there it is. And wow, it's focusing on the eye. No problem. Let's take her right out of focus. Hit AEL button. Bang. And now the f1.2 is really slow at focusing, so this is pretty normal for it in terms of acquiring focus. Perfect. Look at that. Bang on. Okay, so now we're gonna go all the way up to f16. No problem again. Full up. Get out of focus, and there it goes. Locks on, no problem. Move right and left. Do a little dance. And there we go. It works, no problem. All right, Bella, you want to introduce the next lens?
So we're gonna be shooting in the 2470 2.8L lens.
Awesome, and this is my workhorse. Whenever I shoot events, like I said earlier, this is the lens that's on my camera. So I definitely want to see what this works, or how this works in low light, but we're gonna test it right now in natural light. So let's get to it. Oh yeah. Okay guys, so we got the lens on the camera, and we're gonna start at f/22, and we are at 24 millimeters here, and eye autofocus works. Okay, give me a little dance, give me a little twirl. Oh yeah, picked up her eye right away as soon as she flipped her hair around, so that's amazing. Now we're gonna go down to f2.8, and it's acquiring eye focus right away. I don't think I have to try all the apertures. I don't think it makes a difference. I thought it might, but obviously it doesn't. Perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna zoom in. We're gonna go to 70 millimeters, and there we go. Give me a spin again, twirl around. Look at that, picked it up, no problem. Bella, you're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. So here's one of my wedding ring shots, and I'm explaining to Bella what a 100mm macro does, and she's like,
that's amazing, man.
so that background blur, that's called bokeh.
Wow.
Bokeh, one of those.
Wow.
So I'm going to be teaching Bella a little bit about photography now.
I'm learning.
Learning. She's starting with the vlog.
That's what these videos are for, you know?
Yeah. She's gonna take my job one day. I'm
no,
sure.
I can assist. I'll assist.
She's got a good eye. All right, so that's a little behind the scenes of what we're doing here, and we're gonna be moving on now to the 100mm macro, which is why we were looking at macro shots on my website. So there we go. This guy I don't use often, but we're gonna give it a try and see how it works. Okay, so here we have the 100mm macro, and we're at 2.8, hitting the AEL button now. And there we go. It's pretty quick to catch focus. Look at that. Look towards the window just a little. Oh yeah, that's a nice portrait. Vogue cover right here. So there we go. 100mm macro works no problem. You see here when I hit the shutter release, it locks onto her face, and then when I hit the AEL, it just locks right onto her eye. Perfect. Loving this Sony so far. Okay, next lens. All right, so now it's time to try out the 70-200 and 300mm, and my studio's not long enough, so we're gonna head outside and I'm gonna try these out. And someone asked me to try these out in vertical position, so I'm gonna finish all the testing in the horizontal position, then I'm gonna try some vertical shots to see if these lenses have trouble acquiring eyes in vertical portrait mode. All right, see you outside.
This is cool.
Okay, so we're outside now. We found this nice alleyway with a long perspective, and we're gonna pull out the long lenses.
This is so cool, guys. This is where you're really gonna see the effect of the camera outside.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at f2.8, it's gonna compress the background. Nice. Okay, so let's see, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna set up over there. You're gonna stand here-ish. So let's get this set up.
Great, let's do this.
Packing light today, only bringing 2 lenses out here into the alleyway. Just 2 little lenses.
Do you want me to get you setting up?
Sure.
You can clip that.
You can practice. So we're going to start with the 70-200 at 2.8. Okay guys, hopefully you can see the screen. We're at f2.8 and we're at 70 millimeters, and eye autofocus is catching with no problem. Okay, walk away from me like 10 steps. Eye autofocus is following. All right, perfect. And do a little flip, turn around. There we go. And come towards me again. There we go, perfect. Look at that model walk. Okay, now she's come in too close and the camera can't find focus. And there we go, there's focus again. All right, so that's at 70. Now let's try 200mm. Okay, angle it up. Okay, it's finding focus. Move to your right just a little bit. Not so much. Okay, right there, perfect. Okay, it's acquiring eye autofocus. No space on the memory card. Well, isn't that great? I'm gonna have to delete some photos. But autofocus is working. Okay, step back. Back a little bit more, a little bit more. Perfect, right about there. Okay, now turn around. I mean, like flip around. Yeah, there we go. And it's reacquiring the eye. Okay, perfect. Okay, now let's try this portrait mode. Okay, and portrait mode is acquiring the eye. Oh, Hold on, let me just delete some shots here. Okay, so here we are. Eye out of focus. Let's see, I might have to bring up the brightness a little bit to compensate for being outside. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, so eye out of focus in portrait mode, no problem. Give me a twirl around. All right, not a problem. Every now and then though, it will switch to face autofocus. Like right now it's on face autofocus even though I'm holding down the eye autofocus, and there it goes, now it found the eye again. Could be because
I'm not looking, maybe.
Maybe if I darken this a little bit. Could just be that your face, no. Okay, so, oh, gotta erase more shots again. But it does work in portrait mode. It does catch the eye, no problem. And if you can't catch the eye, it focuses on the face, like right there, which is good too. So it works in portrait mode and horizontal mode. Fantastic. Now let's go on to the big boy. Look at the size of that lens.
This is beast of a lens, man.
So it's 300mm f2.8 LIS. And this one's fun. All right, so let's test it out. I'm going to test it out in horizontal mode and vertical mode as well. Are you ready, Bella?
I don't know.
Are you ready for the big boy? All right, so let's get this camera set up. Okay, can you see the screen? No, you can't. So let's go make this a little brighter. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna unfocus this, and we're gonna hit the AEL button. There we go. Oh, yeah, still got memory card problems, but it focuses no problem. It's catching the eye. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, take about 10-15 steps back. And it's tracking, no problem. Okay. Okay, so right there I had to let go of the eye autofocus button and press it again to reacquire focus, which isn't a problem. Okay, excellent. Yeah, turn to your other side. So it seems to be going for the closer eye, which is nice. I like that. Okay, now walk towards me quickly. Okay, it's following, no problem at all. Perfect. Now you're way too close. All right, so I'm happy that worked, no problem. Okay, so let's try it in portrait mode. And there she is in the blur, and we're gonna focus now. Oh, okay, it's hunting a little bit. Okay, now there it goes, it's acquired her eye. Ah, I keep forgetting this. I want to shoot the picture. You look good, but there's no.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, so eye autofocus works great. Okay, now take 10 steps back. Okay, so now let's follow. Okay, it's acquired lock on her eye really quickly. Hold on, stay right there. Defocus, and there we go. That's pretty quick. Acquired eye focus. Now walk towards me quickly. There we go. It's following her face, no problem. Alright guys, welcome to the end of this incredibly longest vlog I've ever made vlog. Alright, so here we go. I'm editing the footage, I'm just about to finish the vlog, and I just want to make an outro for this vlog. So here is the Sony A7III Metabones adapter, 5th generation, and Canon glass. And I just want to say I haven't done any firmware updates on anything at all. It's right out of box, and this is me using it in this vlog. Shooting horizontally, I didn't run into many problems. There were, like, you know, here or there, I found focus kind of hunted a little bit, but no more than it would happen on my 5D Mark III. I mean, every now and then, every camera hunts a little bit, so I wouldn't chalk that up to anything bad. Horizontally, it works fine. Eye autofocus is great. I notice if it can't pinpoint focus on the eye, then it goes to face auto detect, and if the face is cut off in the photo, it'll just go to regular, like AI servo mode for you Canon users, to use a term that we understand. It'll go into like regular AI servo mode, and it'll focus on whatever's closer. So horizontal is fine. Vertical position or portrait position, I don't want to say it doesn't work, because it does work, but it definitely hunted a lot more than I would like, and it was hunting a little bit for Bella's face. Eventually it acquired her face, and you know, I tried it a few times, and you know, the one time it didn't work, and other times it was like bang on, super fast. So in portrait mode, it is a little bit intermittent with some lenses, and this vlog here was sort of like a lens test with Canon lenses on Sony glass. And then in the next vlog I actually continue shooting Bella because I needed to shoot some shots of her for a product thing that she's doing. So in the next vlog I actually do my first photo shoot with the A7 III, and I'm shooting Bella, and it's an awesome shoot. So if you want to check that out, that'll be the next vlog. But I was shooting with the 24-70 on this camera, and when I was shooting in portrait mode one time, and we're shooting for, I don't know, 3-4 hours, and one time it just, no, I would say we're shooting for 2 hours, and one time in that 2-hour span, the 24-70 just would not lock onto her face at all in portrait mode. And I was like, what's going on? So I turned the camera off and back on, and it worked the second time. So I said, okay, let's test it. Started shooting in horizontal, and then I went back to shooting portrait again, and it worked. So I said, okay, let's see if we can break it. Let's go to horizontal, let's go to vertical again, and it worked. Went to horizontal and vertical again, and it worked. So that one time it didn't want to work, but the 3 times after that it worked just fine. So I don't know what to say there. Does it work 100% of the time in portrait mode? No. But will it acquire focus most of the time, and is it bang on, and can it track eye in portrait mode? Yes. It just, in my experience, it just, maybe that one time it might not work, but overall my experience is very positive. I think Canon glass with the Metabones 5th generation adapter on the Sony A7 III works. I would recommend this to people. I would say yes, you could use this. It definitely works. I mean, you're gonna, you're using an adapter, so every now and then you are gonna run into a little glitch where something doesn't focus. You might have to switch the camera on and off. But in general, yes, it works. I recommend it. I have no problem recommending it. I have to learn how to use this camera a little better. I know after shooting Canon for 14 years, coming to this camera is a little bit tricky, a little bit difficult. A lot of people complain about the menu system. The menu system is not hard at all. It's pretty much identical to the Canon menu system, except there's more things in it, and it's probably not organized as nicely as it should be. But I mean, if you can't figure it out, then why? If you can figure out how to shoot a camera, if you understand aperture and shutter speed and ISO, then you can figure out this menu. Right? That's what I'm trying to say. It's not hard. But that's it. Thank you for watching. If you like the vlog, please subscribe. YouTube demonetized me because I didn't have enough subscribers and not enough views. So, I mean, if you would like to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And if there's anything you want me to put into the next vlog about this camera, let me know, and I will try and do that. So that's it for now. Peace out. Have a good night, and I will see you guys in the next vlog.